Hi, I'm Jackie Strauss of The Hollywood Reporter, and we are in studio with Jackie Tohn. Hi, Jackie Tohn.
Hi, I'm Jackie Tohn. I am in studio with Jackie Strauss from The Hollywood Reporter.
Yes.
So
thanks for the intro.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
So Jackie is on Netflix's Glow. And
which one are you looking in?
I think that one.
The 2?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that with you. Go on.
So Jackie's from Glow, gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Yeah.
And playing Melrose. So I guess I describe Melrose as a Hollywood party girl. She's like a cool chick you'd want to be friends with, but maybe not totally trust her.
Truth. When you were like, she's a cool chick you'd want to be friends with, I was like, what show did you watch?
She's like the cool chick you're intrigued, you want to know.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping in season 2 that she like has like true friendships.
Okay.
My guess is with Rhonda. I think
okay.
Rhonda and Melrose love each other. But yeah, I think she's just like super, and I don't relate. I'm not saying this because I relate to it, but I think she's deeply insecure. Mm-hmm. And so she's just likes to cause she's a shit starter. It's like fun for her.
So when you when you first saw this character, were you like drawn to her because you related to her, because she was intriguing, because it was a show with 14 women on it, which is...
I love this question because it makes me look like a person who had so many offers that I read the script and had any say of like why I chose Melrose. I chose this show because the writing is incredible, and I went on an audition and was lucky enough that they liked me, is why I chose this show. But also, like now it's a little bit of a different story, but it's just really exciting to be part of a project that's just so lady-powered. Mm-hmm. And our executive producers are writers, directors, creators, showrunners, all our actors, except Mark and Chris. Right. And Mark Maron. But yeah, so it's a super lady-powered show, and being part of that is so empowering. I've been acting since I'm 9, and it's exceedingly rare. I can't think of the last time I did a job when it wasn't just like a special thing, that there was like the funny girl comes over for a minute, you know what I mean? So it's cool that we're just a wacky bunch of misfits who ended up in the same place.
And there's 14 women, so that's a lot of story to tell in one season. Now you have a second season.
Hooray.
Which is exciting. Congrats.
Mm-hmm, thanks.
Did not take long for you guys to get that second season renewal. I think you guys have a text chain, I've heard. You guys all chat on a group chat where you guys just like every day, like, what have you heard?
Yes, but what's interesting is we all do have different intel. Probably shouldn't even be saying, but like, so one person will text and be like, hey, we're like Chavo, our wrestling trainer, like ran into Chavo. Apparently he's like building the ring. And we're like, we didn't even know we got to see he's building the ring.
Got ya.
What's he building the ring for? So it's like this thing of everybody hears, and then we get on the chain and then we're like, yo, what's the story? I feel like I'm so profiled right now. America's looking just at this
side of you.
I'm gonna like try and be closer, but it's all happening here today, Jack.
We just want you to be comfortable.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. So let's just continue. No, I'm super comfortable.
So this show, I don't know, me covering this show, I got a sense that this was gonna have a big impact. Like there was a lot of attention around it. It's coming from the creators of Orange is the New Black. Everyone loves Orange is the New Black. The marketing was really vibrant and eye-catchy, and it's the 80s, and everyone loves the 80s. When it hits and it's like exploding, I mean, were you taken aback?
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm going to try and say this 16 to 18 times in this interview, but since I've been acting, since I'm such a little kid, I've had so many just, I was going to say momentous highs and lows, but I guess when they're lows, they're not momentous. Or are they?
Memorable lows?
Maybe that's worse. It's hard to say. But it's like just so many, like getting a series and being fired, or getting a pilot and it not being picked up, and then not working for years, and then great stuff happens, and then randomly taking a left turn into music. And so it's hard to just like rest in a thing and just go like, okay guys, I think we did it. Because is there a season 2? And then, it's a lot. It's it's hard. It's awesome. And it's amazing when it's amazing. Yeah. But so to answer the question very circuitously, yeah, we are excited to be part of a thing that's working.
Yeah.
And I speak for all of us. I won't really do that often, but I can say in this instance, like, holy shit, it's
everyone
really cool.
Everyone was glowing about season
Everyone was glowing.
So because Melrose is Melrose, she doesn't really wrestle that much in the first season.
I noticed it was interesting. A lot of the girls hardly wrestle in the first season.
Yeah. It's a lot of Betty and Allison.
Well, it's also
head to head.
True, but a lot of the first season is more about like auditioning and who are these madcap misfits, and then what's even going on. And so at the end, there was a little bit from everybody, but it was, it's more about getting the whole gang together. And speaking of, we're in. Well, you were going to ask me something, but we're in wrestling training for season 2 right now.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you.
Oh, perfect.
You just went back. So you do training first, then filming. So what is your training like?
Last year we did 3 weeks. This year we're doing 4 weeks because we're going to be doing so much more.
Yeah.
Because again, in season 1, it was really just about meeting these girls.
Right.
And who are they and what's going on.
Like an origin story.
Totally. And then now that we're coming back, I think we're going to be kicking each other's asses so much more, which is super cool. So the training is, like today was day 1. So we just got in, we ran the ropes, you just feel what it feels like to get your elbow over it and just run, and you're ducking and forward rolling under attempts at clotheslines, and it's it's crazy, it's happening.
Yeah.
So there's basically Chavo Guerrero is our wrestling coach, and I've been saying father, and I believe it was his uncle, Eddie Guerrero, trained the original Glow Girls.
Which is very cool connection.
Crazy. Yeah. And so we have this guy, he is the gentlest, kindest, badassest motherfucker around. Like, he's so calm, and he shows you exactly what you need to do. And what we're all learning, and we've learned this season 1, but what looks like it is so tense, I'm barely touching you. Here, I'll show you. So you put
doing a wrestling move.
Yeah, so you put this hand in my elbow.
Okay.
And actually no, this hand behind my neck. And so I go in here, and then this hand on my elbow. Right? So that's all. Wait, go back. This is a lockup. So this is a lockup. Yeah. So you go. So you step into it, and you go you lock up. So you do. I'm trying to figure out. This hand goes behind my neck, and this hand goes in the crook of my elbow.
Gotcha.
So we look like you can make it look like you're killing me, but you're not even touching me. And so it's this. So that's the first step, and you have to lock up. But when you first get there, you're
my first glow wrestling.
Yep, that's called a lockup.
Cool.
And I can teach you into
that was fun.
Into a headlock and But what's fun about it is we had to learn. Like, we would grab at someone and you go, ow, ow, ow. You don't realize you're gripping, but you just look like you are. And you step with your foot really hard, and so it sounds like but there's really nothing happening. So that was the stuff that we were just being reminded of, basically. And so we're getting back in, we're locking back up, we're running the ropes, we're just doing the get your body back into what it's like. It's like if this is gonna be dumb, but if you're a swimmer and you haven't swam in a year, it's that's how long it's been. It's not like any of us have been wrestling. Should maybe even say that, but it's not like we've all been wrestling in our free time.
Yeah.
So you get back in and you just getting it back in your body. And it was cool. There was a lot of stuff that some of us couldn't do last year, like shoulder rolls into a back bump, and then you're just
Maybe some people have been practicing.
Well, yeah, right? But then I'm why did my body just know how to do that? I had so much trouble with that last year.
Yeah. That's so interesting. I spoke to your showrunners, Liz and Carly, and they said, because, it's kind of rare that everyone would be doing their own stunts and learning this. You could just, get stunt people to do it. But they said they really wanted you guys to look like you are where you are in the show. So now, season 2, you're a little more...
Which is so perfect. It's you really brought these people. There was only one person who had to make it like she was less good. The rest of us were actually at our level, which was Kia, who's a professional wrestler named Awesome Kong.
That's kind of
and also Karma. I think she has 2 names. I don't. She's amazing. But I remember when we first got in the ring, everyone's trying to lock up, and when you first get in, you don't know how to even get in. So you're do I go under the bottom, over the middle? Hi, I'm Jackie. You have no idea what you're doing. You look so dumb. So once you just learn, even getting in the ring. You do
a somersault in.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah. But you just, even stepping in, you just know how to step in and not look, I'm going to say the word noob, and there's nothing noobier than saying the word noob. All right. But Kia, we didn't know season 1 that she was a professional wrestler, because there was 14 of us. We didn't have each other's full names. We just show up on the first day of training, and we're hi. And then we're all trying and being being gentle with each other, and then Chavo and Kia lock up and just start kicking the shit out of each other. And we're like, what's happening? And then we found out after that.
Yeah.
She's a pro wrestler, and that's what that was.
Yeah.
But having her there has been hugely helpful because she'll go, stand up straighter, she'll just steal from this very calmly. Like, like, I could see your knuckles are turned, like, lighten your grip, she has this little way about her.
I mean, did you ever watch wrestling before?
I did, weirdly.
You did? Interesting.
Well, my brothers did, and I'm a child of the 80s, and it was, I know it's been big forever, but it was huge in the 80s, and Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper and Jimmy the Superfly Snuka and the Iron Sheik. All those names are just opening up. A folder just opened in my brain.
It's all sounding familiar.
Vaguely.
Yeah. Also had a brother in that time period.
He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah.
But I remember watching wrestling as a kid, and it was like it was a woman. The only place a woman had was like holding up a round number.
Right.
Like what round we were. Number like round 4, and then like brought her boobs and her ass away, and that was her job. And now it's just like,
no, you're
hi,
in it.
here to kick asses.
Yeah,
it's fucking cool.
I mean, the Emmys were last night. And
congrats, everyone.
Yeah.
It sounded so disingenuous, but I totally meant it.
But it was a big night for streaming shows, a big night for female characters that are not superheroes, or flawed, relatable, spanning the spectrum type characters. Is it just a really great time to be at Netflix on this empowering show? Is that how you feel?
Such a short answer. I mean, just yes.
Next question.
Next question. No, it's a crazy time for TV because on the one hand, there's so much more opportunity, and that's incredible. And it's such an amazing time for women and people of color and anybody who is, like, even as a Jewish person, it's like, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. So to be able to even slightly represent that piece of myself and put a character out there that wasn't there before it's powerful. It's really, and it's a cool place to be.
Are you someone who watches yourself on TV? Have you watched the whole season?
Before I got here, I just spent 4 hours looking in the mirror. So
you're
it's
cool
funny.
with
It's funny you should ask that. I don't really have. I know some actors are like, no, and some actors love it. I'm like neither one way or the other. I watch it and I go, it's rare. If I watch it close to when we shot it, I can sometimes go, oh, that's the take they chose. I like something better that I did, and that was better, or whatever. But if enough time passes and you watch it, you see why it was put together that way, and why they cut a couple lines, and why they chose the take they did, even though it wasn't the one. I don't know. I like it. I like the whole thing. I like working. I like watching it. I like being with my friends. I like memorizing lines. I like improvising. It's just like such a... Yeah, it's weird. This is what I wanted to do for my whole entire life.
And you're doing it.
And it's happening right now. So that's pretty bonkers.
That is pretty amazing. I know on Orange, a lot of times they would start kind of meshing the characters to the actor, to the actress.
Totally.
There'd be like that blend. Is that you and Melrose? Is there some Jackie and Melrose?
I didn't know they did that on Orange. Because I feel like those characters are so much more...
They are, but then certain...
I like that.
Traits.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Maybe not like their prison history, but...
Could you imagine? Yeah. I also killed my husband.
Yeah.
Casual.
So let's write that in. But is Melrose...
100%.
In what ways do you guys relate, or do you think you've maybe influenced that character?
Well, from what I understand, one of our writers, Sasha Rothschild, created Melrose based on how she was in the 80s. Oh. How Sasha was. She was like a girl that was in music videos, and she was a super party girl, and she made terrible decisions. It was rough.
Okay.
But then what I bring to Melrose is who I am. And yeah, I think they're really good at knowing and understanding. This is gonna, as I'm even thinking of it, it sounds weird, but like how certain words come out of people's mouths. Like you're not gonna give our girl Ellen, who plays Jenny Che, Fortune Cookie. You're not gonna give her the like, fuck my mother. You're not gonna give her the right. So they know me, and it's obvious. Yes, it's like it's obvious that I'm gonna be the one that's saying those things. They roll right off the tongue,
exactly,
if you will. Yeah, so it's they just understand their actors, and they're so good at that, and they're so good at knowing what people's strengths are and playing to them, and as a result, that makes the whole show better. But as an actor, it makes you look so much better because you're allowed to do the things you're good at.
Right.
Instead of being like, I'm sorry, where's my bonnet and my tiny basket of chicks? Like, isn't anyone buying this?
That seems
like,
very like
exactly. I left them in the other room. But it's that thing of them playing to your strengths that makes you better and the show better.
Well, so there's no flashback. We don't know
Not
all
yet.
her past. Right, at least not in season 1. So did you go
That wasn't
in...
a spoiler. I haven't even read season 2 scripts at all. I know.
Spoiler alert.
You all know as much as I know.
No scripts yet. You haven't gotten in yet. Oh, okay.
Well, we
can't
don't
get
start
anything
for a
on it.
month.
Right.
So
they
we're in
wouldn't let
wrestling
you have
training
that
for a
power.
month. I don't think I have no idea what they do. I was going to say I don't think they even have them, but maybe they do.
Well, so do you create this backstory for her when you go into playing this character, and what is it?
Well, Carly and Liz did that with us. So they had meetings with all of us, and they were like, what do we think is going on here? Like, let's get in. And I think her parents were liberal intellectuals in New York.
Okay.
And she is one of those girls, like, she obviously drives this white limo around. She has money. So she's one of the girls that doesn't audition for the pilot because she needs it. She sort of just like wants something to do and like stumbled across it and like wasn't doing a music video in her own mind. Like wasn't doing a music video that day and was like, let's see what's going on in here.
Yeah.
Makes it like she doesn't care. But I think she has been in these music videos and she has sort of crashed the party so many times in her life that she's now ready to be like, let's go. Like this can kind of be, I can be a piece of this party instead of being like a girl in a car in a Van Halen video, which she also loves.
So you can't spoil it because you don't know.
Correct.
But what are your hopes for her in the second season?
I keep telling everybody I hope Melrose and Rhonda start a band. That's just because me and Kate Nash are already musicians and we just want to play guitars and jam and,
See that.
and rock out.
Isn't there's like music opening up
A
all the
little bit,
shows,
yeah.
right? You guys could take that on.
Oh, a
maybe?
musical episode. Oh, Haru. I mean, I think I would like to see her... I'd like to see her have a crush on someone because she's so hard that I'd like to see her vulnerable, sort of insecure about whether he's gonna, who he is and what he's doing, or I don't know, maybe Melrose likes a girl. I don't know. I'm just thinking about
Just
what
throwing things out.
I'm thinking Netflix. I'm like, oh yeah, they like to like girls have girls like each other. I'd be down.
That would work.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be exciting. Also, flashbacks would be amazing. So
Yeah.
I would love, I mean, this goes for all the characters, but especially the one that's closest to me. I'd like to see her past, and I'd like to see her shine in a way that doesn't feel forced. Like, her whole thing is like, not boring, I got this, and it's like, no, you don't.
Maybe she needs like a breakdown moment or
I would like
something
that.
I mean, if The Real Glow was on for 4 years, right?
Yeah.
So, and you know, other people on the show have said, you know, it could go on and on. So many characters. I mean, there are so many characters. If the first season's an origin story, what do you look at this second season as? Kind of their like development into...
I was gonna say development, but it's like, season 1 was an origin story, but when you have 14 girls and 16 main characters, season 1's an origin story, but so too can season... I'm saying this wrong, but so too can season 2 be.
Right.
So too season 2 be. That
A
sounds like
second
another
layer
language. Yeah, of
origin
just like,
story, yeah.
because you didn't... There's so many of the girls. I mean, you got to know Melrose a little more than a lot of... But there's so many of us, and I even think with the ones of us that you did learn about, I mean, there's... You could do whole seasons on each of them individually.
Yeah.
Spin-off.
Is there another character, if you didn't get to play Melrose, that you would have wanted to play?
I don't know.
Even though she's so you now,
yeah,
it's tough
she's
to go
so
back.
in my boat. I mean, she's so in my boat. I love it so much. But I mean, I don't know. I would have taken a crack at a couple. I don't know though, because I think a bunch of them, and I'll never say them by name, but in my mind, I'm thinking a bunch of them could have been fun. But this is just like, yeah, there's no luckier situation than to play someone she's super different from me, but she's also, you know,
Yeah.
she's super me.
And in between these seasons, what else have you been up to? What else have you been doing?
Things.
You have a couple of projects in the works.
Yeah, this was actually before Glow, but it's going to be coming out, I think, early 2018. I worked with David Wayne, who of Wet Hot American Summer and Stella and The State Geniusness fame. He directed a movie called A Futile and Stupid Gesture, which is about the inception and life of the National Lampoon, and starting in Harvard with these two guys, Doug Kinney and Henry Baird. They started it in Harvard, in Boston, I think in the, I want to say late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
And then they brought in all these Second City kids, which were Aykroyd, Belushi, Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, and Gilda and I play Gilda Radner. And it's a trip, man.
I mean,
and she's my hero.
Perfect to play Gilda Radner.
Up high. Thank you. So it's just like, that's the most, I mean, even talking about that's like, what? What are you saying? Are you having a delusion of grandeur? So that couldn't have actually happened to you, that you got to play your hero in a movie directed by another one. Like, it's just, it's absurd.
And then Glow came along pretty soon after.
Yeah, right after.
So, yeah, that's
It was not a bad year.
And when's that coming out? Do we know yet?
No, I don't think this year. I think they just wrapped it up. They just finished the final sound mix. And what are we, in September now?
Yes.
Hello? I have no idea where I am. Yeah, so I think early next year is my educated guess.
Okay. And how long do you film Glow before you guys wrap?
We're October to January.
Okay.
So we're just, we're in the thick of it, man.
What's the weirdest fan reaction you've had?
Oh, that's good. I think it's generally just like, some people are very kind and some people are just so comically unkind. But I'm not gonna not justify what's like, I'm not gonna.
About Melrose?
No, not necessarily about Melrose. I just meant like about the show.
Right.
Like some people are just obsessed with it, and other people, people get like. I think it's really easy when you live in your mom's basement and you're just on the internet to just be so angry about stuff, and so we have those. I guess those are the worst kind.
Yeah.
But it was fun to watch the journey of Melrose, because people would tweet about it and like hashtag Mel, whatever it would be, and they'd be like, she's, hate her, fuck her, and then a couple episodes later they're like, nah, she cool, she funny, she cool, and you're
She
like,
won us over.
yeah, dang it, like, don't judge so fast.
Yeah.
That's a lesson for me, perhaps.
Well,
I do the same thing. I'm just like, ew, oh, I actually like that. It's like, what just happened?
Yeah, just give her a chance. Well, we can't wait to see her in the second season.
Same, dude.
The first season's now streaming. Can watch it, rewatch it. And
I have to watch it again. I've
Yeah.
seen the whole thing once, and I've seen a couple of the beginning episodes more than that, but I need to just sit down and jump right back in.
yeah, it's fun.
Watch it, everybody.
Yeah.
If you want.
And that's a wrap. Keep an eye out for more from Jackie.
I'm Jackie Tohn, and I guess, as I've said at the top, I'm here. Thank you so much for watching me and Jackie Strauss of The Hollywood Reporter here at Hollywood Reporter.
That's it. That's all I got.
Shut it. Shut the camera.
Bye, guys.